Right then, you beautiful human beings, welcome back. Today, we're at Snetterton for the Master event, and I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with this place, because I really like the track, but I hate the AI, because the AI are knobheads, and I end up having to do things a million times because they just get a bit giddy. But five races, I think one's a time attack. Variety of bikes, most of them seem to be on the longer 300 course, which, when there's 3 courses to choose from, I thought there might have been a bit more imagination, but I'm not going to whinge too much. First up, we are racing 250cc 2-strokes on the Snetterton 100, and first attempt didn't go too well, because apparently I can't distinguish between grass and tarmac, and I fell off. So the second attempt went a bit better, and let's just say that, well, yeah, I told you a lie, didn't go very well, did it? So straight off the back, so attempt number 3, lap 4 of 5, and I bin it again. So what's this? 4th attempt already on the first race on 250s on a piddly little track. Most of the mistakes were mine. I don't know how I managed to flip a 252 stroke, but attempt number 4, it's a pretty good race, and I think I'll leave the whole thing on. So enjoy, and if you have a 2-stroke candle, light it and revel in the nostalgia that we possibly ruin the planet for everybody. Yay! And we are done. We are done. It was alright, that. Decent race. AI were quite strong. Admittedly, I didn't know the track. I've only been there once or twice before. I may have been there more, I don't remember. It all rolls into one. But it's done. We move swiftly on. And, well, things went alright for a while. It wasn't too bad. I wasn't having a million goes at things. The endurance races were a nightmare. But we're on a Street Triple RS, 5 laps of the 300 course. We're racing against all sorts of MVs and God knows what. Basically, 3-cylinder nakeds. And shock horror, we get this one done. First time. Yeah, I know. First time. But anyway, a Triumph Triple, getting thrashed around Snetterton on the long 300 course. It's not the full race. I've just done the first lap and a little bit of the last one because you're going to be bored of Snetterton by the time this is finished. So, enjoy. And it's done. 2 down, pretty straightforward. No great shocks, and we won it by a fair distance. There are faster 3-cylinder nakeds available. I just fancied going with the Street Triple RS. So next one, track day, and we're using one of my favourite bikes, the Gen 1 Aprilia Tuono, which way ahead of its time, didn't really get the kudos that it should have done, but I really like these things. Big thumping V-twin, big wide handlebars, little fairing, and absolutely mega bike. So track day, it's on the Snetterton 200, which, if you watch me go down to this hairpin just now, you'll see that I completely forgot it was on the 200 course, and I went to go all the way around the hairpin and had to make a sudden sharp left turn just about there. Yep, a little bit of poo probably came out. But anyway, Snetterton 200, track day, overtake everything on a Gen 1 Tuono. that's number 15. We are done. There was quite a large speed differential on some of those. That was quite scary. If that was a real track day, there would have been some stern words, I think, because that was unnecessary. Right, next one. We are on the big 300 course again, and we're doing a time attack, and keeping in the spirit of using loads of naked bikes, I've gone with the speed triple. So British bike, British track, 152.8 to beat, and I think this will be quite close. It's done, and it was quite close. A couple of seconds, maybe. 2 seconds. Again, there are faster bikes out there. I'm trying to use bikes that I've not used on certain tracks before, and slowly but surely the list is dwindling. Right, on to the total and utter cluster that is or was the endurance races. Now, I went with a 2007 GSXR to start with. Yes, to start with. And the AI were fast. And when I say fast, I mean, oh my giddy aunt. They were absolutely ridiculously fast. So attempt number 1, we off the start, look at the riders ahead, all hell breaks loose, bang, I'm in the back of him, knock him, he's off, I've lost a load of time. It takes us most of half a lap to catch back up, and then I decide to wheelie it and fall off the back. But no, I'll carry on. 5 laps later, we finally catch up with the back of the pack, and look at the speeds. I am flat out and I'm not getting anywhere, absolutely nowhere. So everything's got to be done on the brakes, into Brundles, into under the bridge, into this little flip-flop chicane, and it was hard work. It was properly hard work. Truth be told, I probably picked the wrong bike. Going around the outside of people, I should learn my lesson because they always fall off. But never say never, don't give up. So I carried on, and as the sun was dropping, I decided to ride onto the grass and fell off, and I thought, no, that's enough of that. I am done. So we went again, a little bit of a setup change, nothing too major, just to try and get a bit more heat to that front tyre. The issue is the AI was just falling off, and the autopilot was on. I had no control over that, and it was just absolutely stupid. And then I get a bit giddy up the inside, and I'm mucking about with anti-wheelie and engine braking and all sorts of stuff, and I just run wide them off, and I think, no, I'm done with that. I'm not carrying on. Attempt number 3, yeah, the whole 40 minutes is gone, and I am 16 seconds behind the leader, miles behind, nowhere near. Just the transition from 27 degrees in the afternoon when the race starts to 14 degrees at night, just no good. So for the eagle-eyed amongst you, yes, I've changed bikes. Yes, I've gone to my default, I can't do it, it's too hard, Aprilia, because I just get on with it. I like it. I like the way that it puts the power down. I like the way that it brakes and everything, blah, 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 blah. So, attempt number 4, again, off the line. The AI are scrapping with everyone, and I thought I'd missed this one. And just as the autopilot clicks off, I'm over the bars and I'm off. We are come out in 11th. It's the end of the first straight. We've not really done much, and the amount of overtakes that I had to put in to get up to first because of either stupid mistakes or the AI just doing daft things, because there's that little thing, and there has been an update, I get that. So whenever you're watching this race is a few days before this video comes out, so there has been an update to the physics, but it only, and the AI as well, but it only seems to have been applied to the newer races. I've just done the free event with the race modified Katana, and the AI and the handling were on a different planet compared to some of this, but it just takes forever to get past things, and when you get near them they seem to want to race a bit harder. So we flick up into power mode, and I keep telling myself, and I say it every time, every endurance race, get my head down, don't make any mistakes, just plug away, fast laps, and see where we're at. So a lap later, we're up to 6th. We're slowly but surely working our way through, and I'm liking the track a little bit more. I mean, I've been to Snet and I've rode around it, but a digital track is much different to a real life one, where there's loads of braking markers and marshals with flags and all sorts of other people to follow, and X and Y and Z. But it's just graft, so much graft, just working my way past people. I go past, I run wide, they're back up the inside, they run wide, I'm back up the inside, and trying to outbrake them. You get close to them, and like I say, they get a bit of a spurt on, and then you try and outbrake them like that. I've tried to outbrake him, run wide, they've both gone up the inside, and I've ended up going back through the middle of them. It's just absolute carnage. There was just bikes, just wherever I wanted to be, there were bikes. So, I mean, we're 5 minutes in, this was close. Oh my good lord. And this puts us back a few places, 6th, maybe 7th. Yeah, back to 6th again, so all that hard work, we've got to undo it, and we've got to graft again, and we've got to try and get back to the front. Yeah, alright, it doesn't take forever, it only takes a couple of laps, but all the time, the only thing I'm interested in, and I'm off again, and that's going to be even more places lost, so back to 9th. The only thing, and not the only thing, the thing I'm most interested in is the gap to the leader, which at the minute is 7 seconds, and every time you fall off, you're losing maybe 3, 5, 6 seconds depending on where you do it. So don't lose time, don't fall off, make sure the gap to the leader is either staying static or reducing, because if you're clever with your fuel and don't run power mode all the time and run it in eco or in standard, you can save a bit of fuel, save a bit of time at the pit stops, etc, blah blah blah, racecraft or race IQ or whatever you want to call it. Problem is, I just kept crashing, and the front tyre's getting warm because it's 27 degrees, the back tyre's alright, I'm chewing the back tyre faster than I'm chewing the front tyre and the fuel are pretty much in sync, and there's just so much stuff to think about and contend with absolute suicidal AI. I mean, brake early, turn in, hold a tight line, run wide, brake early again. Like, they just turn into a mobile chicane. But I mean, it is what it is. I just frustrates me sometimes. Bear in mind, this is what, attempt 4. I've already finished the whole endurance race once, and now I'm having to do it again. So my jar of kindness is rather depleted, and is probably smashed all over the floor. But we're getting there. I'm getting a bit braver, working out where they want to brake, where I want to brake, etc, etc. And it's just a case of just going steady and making sure that I keep pushing forward and that gap to the leader comes down. So, after, what, 14 minutes and 8 laps, we finally work our way all the way to the front. So we have quite a significant pace advantage, and what, 6 minutes later, we're out of gas, need to go out the fuel. Nice pit lane entry on this one, you can just run straight in and the autopilot takes over. Temperature's dropping, so I'm going to go from a hard to a medium. I'm going to go medium on the rear again. I'm going to go for what, I think a full tankish? Yeah, sod it, why not? Go for a full tank. We're just over the 20-minute mark. I was in power mode for most of that 20 minutes, so I'm fairly happy that we can push and use power mode pretty much right the way to the end of the race. If I need to knock it back, I'll knock it back. There were some little incidents, I'm not going to lie, where I'm looking behind me and I'm trying to work out where the computer is, and I mean this one was serious. I don't know what I was trying to do, but I've got 3.6 seconds of penalties now. Now we're at 5.8 and I'm only, what, well, I was only 6 seconds in front of the AI, another 8 seconds in front of the AI now, 6 seconds worth of penalties. So now I'm under pressure to not do anything stupid and fall off. However, the AI did all the falling off. So last 20 odd seconds, we've got no fuel left, back tyre is meh, front tyre's cold, and we've got a 30-second lead. I don't know how or why all of a sudden the AI decided they were going to fall off. Peter O'Donnelly hasn't been into the pits again because he's only got 8% fuel, and neither has Rosa Alcalde. I'm going to try and crucify that one. And I don't know what happened, but all that matters is it's done. So it took 4 goes, it took a change of bikes, it took 1 complete run through, but somehow we managed to rattle through to the end. It's a hard event. I'm not going to tell you pork pies and tell you fibs and kid you on. It's one of the hardest master ones I've had to do just for the endurance race, but it's done. It's done. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave me a comment, a like, subscribe, whatever you fancy, and I, fingers crossed, we'll see you next time. Stay safe. Peace.
No.